Okay, everybody, here we go. We're gonna make a new photo montage. I'm gonna walk you through the steps. We're gonna show you how to get your photos downloaded. Maybe you already have them downloaded. Mine are here. And show you how to set up your file, how to copy and paste, and experiment with learning this. Here we go. So you're gonna make a new file in Photoshop. You want to choose letter. You wanna name it Bruck, or sorry, last name. Your last name is not Bruck. Photomontage. You want to leave it at 8.5 by 11. If you want it horizontal, you can make it horizontal. You want to leave everything else, 300 RGB, and just say create. It's going to give you a new artwork. Then you're going to open up your 5 photos that you're going to be adding. They're going to make new tabs up here. So you're going to say open, file open, and you're going to navigate to where your photos are. Mine are on my Photos app because I am in my Mac. Love my Mac. Sorry, you don't have a Mac. Maybe you do at home. And you're going to say open. You're going to see you now have 2 tabs. You have your artwork in a new tab. Again, file open. And you're going to get the rest of your photos. You want to navigate to where yours are. Yours should be in your downloads. You should have already downloaded 5 photos. You can try and open them all at one time to save some time. That's what I'm going to do. So there's the sky that I want. I'm going to hold, for me it's the command key. For you guys it might be the control key or the shift key to get more of them. You also could try the technique where you drag it from your downloads into Photoshop. That might work as well. Last one is Queenie Cat. And you're going to say open. And they're going to open all in different tabs. So now you can see I have Queenie Cat, I've got my art gallery artwork, I've got my brother and nephew, I've got my sky, I've got the stained glass window, and I've got my artwork. So now what your goal to do here is to take pieces of each photo and select it, copy it, and paste it to the new photo. In Photoshop, you're going to be using these tools at the top with the selection tool area. All right, and we're going to be starting with this one right here called the quick selection tool on the sky, because I find that this one is the easiest to use because all you have to do is click and drag. If it's something that's different than everything else like that is easy to select. Once you get it selected with the little ants around it or dancing dots, you want to copy it. So you can do the long way, edit, copy, or the short way is Control C. And you're going to go to your artwork and you're going to paste it. The long way is edit, paste, or the shortcut is Control V. Now you can move it. The move tool's right here. The shortcut for this is V. You also can turn it. You can make it smaller. You can make it bigger. I just want it up top here, filling up the top. So that's all I'm going to do. When I'm done with that, I can double click or click off of it and it's finished. Now I'm going to go and get my next image, which is going to be the stained glass window. I'm going to use the same tool because I discovered that this is probably the easiest one for this thing. So I'm going to just, again, get the quick selection tool. I'm going to drag, 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 drag. You can make the size of this bigger at the top if you want to, and it will select more faster. The only trick with that is that it will select a lot if the brush is too big. So sometimes you don't want it too big. And I'm just clicking and holding. Now if I get tired or I run out of space, like I'm running out of space on my table here, I can just let go and I can come back to it and I can keep clicking and dragging. So I'm going to keep clicking and dragging, get all the parts that I want. And everywhere where you see those little dancing dots, so sometimes you hear them called dancing ants, is what you're selecting. So you want to inspect and make sure you got everything that you wanted. And now it's, oops, there's a piece up here I didn't get, and over here. So again, edit, copy, or the shortcut is Control C. To your new artwork, Control V. And you can move it around to where you want it. The shortcut for the move tool is V as in Victor. All right, next image I'm going to get is going to be the artwork. So I'm going to show you guys the rectangular marquee for this one. There's also a circle shape in here. These are good for very simple shapes that aren't very organic or have a lot of angles. This is just a rectangle, so I'm just going to get the rectangle. I'm going to copy it, Control C. I'm going to go to my new artwork, Control V. Now this is a great place to show you something that's happening that you can fix. So I don't want the dancers on top of all of that. I want the dancers underneath the sky because I want the sky edge to kind of cover them. Now you can't see them anymore. They kind of went away. So I'm going to get the move tool. I'm going to move them down. And that's kind of the look I was going for. So that's what I want. All right, now I need to get, I'm going to get my family. Where's my family? There they are. All right, so this is a great place to learn about the AI tools in Photoshop. Down here you'll see, guys, there's a window that says select subject, remove background. You can try them, see what the AI does. So say select subject, and it's going to think about it, and it selected them perfectly. I'm going to copy them. I'm going to paste them into my artwork. Luckily they're on top. That's good. I don't have to move them around. I'm going to put them over here to kind of cover that broken part of the stained glass window. All right, I got one more. I got Queenie Cat to get. So where is she? Okay, I'm going to show you one more tool that you could use to select something where you've got edges. Like this is very shadowy and the same color as the tail, but I want to get the tail. And this is also kind of the same color, and when you go to select that with other tools, it might not get just the cat, which it did for me. It didn't work very well. So I'm going to show you this magnetic lasso. Now these other lasso tools you can also draw with to select something, but the magnetic lasso I really love because it hugs and it gets right on the edge. And you also can set it so it's kind of soft on the edge. At the top it says feather, and it'll help it blend into your artwork. And I want to make her fuzzy on the edge because she's going to be kind of sitting up on the sky, and I want her to blend into the sky. So you just click one time and you start dragging. Now when you have sharp turns, what the magnetic tool is good for is you click one time and it will get that sharp turn. So then I just have to drag the rest of the time. At the tip of her ear it's a sharp turn, so I'm going to click there. Now here it's she's dark and the shadow is dark, so I'm going to click and tell Photoshop, don't get the shadow, just get her. And then the rest of the time I can just click and drag. When I have sharp turns like around the paws, I want to click one time. I got a sharp turn here. And you can kind of guide it along. And you do have to keep your mouse going the whole time for this. Like if you get your mouse going and you accidentally go elsewhere, it's going to select that. So you kind of have to stay right on target on the thing that you're trying to select. And if you get tired, just take a break with your hand and come back to it. Click here. I'm going to make a sharp turn where the shadow is. And almost there. Click, click, click. Now when you get, oops, I made a little bit of mistake. Okay, when you get close to the end, you're going to see a little circle, and then you let go, and it'll have what you selected. Command C, Control V. I'm going to put her where I want her. I want her over here, and she's a little big, so I'm going to make her smaller. So this is just part 1 video. The part 2 video, which you're all going to be doing, is learning how to do some effects. We're going to do some layer effects. We're going to do some filters to make some different looks and colors to these. Oh, I also need to show you how to copy and paste the heads. So we're going to use another cool thing. If you want to try using the selection brush tool where the magnetic lasso was, this one allows you to paint over something and copy and paste it right inside that image as well. So I'm going to brush over top of my brother's face and his head. Now you can make this brush bigger or smaller at the top. You want to treat it like a coloring book. And I'm just going to paint over his face, get all of it. Now I made a little bit of mistake. So I can either fix that now, redo it, or I can fix it later with the eraser tool. If I do Control C right here and Control V, you'll see that it pasted his head. It's over here. But the problem is that you can't see it. So there it is. You have to move it. There's actually a second head there. All right, guys, you're going to make a great one. I can't wait to see yours.